Good evening, everyone. I'm Denise Koch.
And I'm Vic Carter. Here's what people are talking about tonight.
There was a tremendous accident today in the tower above Television Hill, which has caused us to be coming to you tonight from the garage of one of our neighbors at Channel 45. And this is what happened. The shot is incredible. Bolts pop off a crane on the WJZ tower nearly 1,000 feet off the ground. It stands teetering on the brink of disaster. The city evacuates 2 TV stations, a nursing home, and the surrounding neighborhood. Residents grab their pets and race to safety. In the end, luckily, no one was hurt, but it was a tremendously chaotic day for everybody here on TV Hill.
And certainly frightening, especially for the people who live here on Television Hill along with us, the place that we share with all the families who live here. Kai Jackson's been out talking with a number of them tonight to see how they have weathered this terrible situation.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, all of us have covered incredible stories, but I think this has to take the cake today. You know, we're out in this community every day, but we come here, we work, and then we go back home. Folks around here do live here indeed. This was an incredible day. The truth of the matter is that we made history here today on Television Hill, but this is a history no one wanted to see.
Yeah, you live every day by faith. Today, we're really living by faith. Really living by faith.
Well, it wasn't faith, but these heavy steel chains, as if hanging on for dear life, that kept this crane attached to the candelabra, a Baltimore fixture. The tower is being upgraded to broadcast digital TV when the unthinkable happened.
As they were working on it, several of the bolts broke off and it tipped over just a little bit. It's leaning at about a 10-degree angle. The tower is okay, it's just the aerial that's leaning.
So they told us, you know, to get out. Next thing you know, we were all in the parking lot and being told to stay as far away from the building as we could.
By evening, Woodbury folks were cleared to come back home. But earlier, they were shuffled out of their neighborhood, belongings in hand, pets in tow.
You need to evacuate your home as soon as possible.
You did not want to leave your home?
No, I don't want to leave my house. And he could walk right in and just take me out and handcuff and assault me in my own home, drag me out of my house. That's bull.
You were worried about your doggies.
Yeah.
It looks like he's happy to be in your arms.
Yeah, she is.
Police, emergency crews, engineers, media, and others descended on this small neighborhood to tackle a big problem. WJZ Vice President and General Manager Jay Newman says 20 of 24 bolts like this broke off the crane's base. But for now, it's secured.
They have slowly been uprighting the crane and rebolting it with bolts very much like this to the top of the tower.
The structure on top, both the antenna, the crane, is simply being supported to the point where it won't go anywhere.
And I'll tell you guys, the sight of that crane just hanging over like that with those chains, and I mean it sincerely, hanging on for dear life to this thing is just absolutely unbelievable. But I suppose that whenever we're going to get back in our own studios, is just like the crane up in the air. And I'm holding up, I don't know about you all, and aside from being called a big blue Smurf tonight because of my rain suit, I'm feeling pretty good.
That wasn't very nice.
Well, I tried not to say it.
I don't want to name names. I won't name names.
Well, the good news is that everybody who lives on the hill, they're all back in their homes tonight.
Yes.
No one was injured, and now we're just sort of waiting for the thing to be repaired.
Yes.
And we can get some idea about that if I can have you hand that to
Absolutely.
our
Jay,
Vice President and General Manager, Jay Newman, who has been sort of in charge of meeting with the tower people and finding out when this is going to be fixed, and if it is fixed.
It is on the way to being fixed. The crane has been secured on the top of the tower. We just came from a briefing with the contractors. They have put half the bolts back in. They have added chains, and we've been assured that the situation is stable and it will be complete for the correction, hopefully by midday tomorrow, before the high winds move in.
Right, that's another concern with all the
Certainly
weather
so.
that we're going to get tomorrow with Hurricane Floyd, which is another story we'll be talking about, of course, in a very few moments. Does that put it any further jeopardy?
No, we've been assured that they move very quickly to stabilize it, frankly, within a few minutes, and that what they did tonight is weld and put bolts back in, strengthen the crane. The tower was never in jeopardy, and they should have that process complete and safe in plenty of time.
All right, I'm glad it's their job and not mine. I wouldn't want to be on that tower tonight.
You can come up with us and help tomorrow.
No,
Sure.
thank you. That's not in my contract.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Jay.
Jay
Of course,
Newman.
as we've been telling you, this created a very unusual situation for all of us today. People out trying to gather the news. Krista Del Camp, of course, had been out and about today, talking with our own staff about trying to do their jobs and under some very unusual circumstances.
reporting live from Television Hill.
Welcome to the studio.
So really, what you've got up there is a crane that is not firmly attached to the top of the tower, and attached to that crane, Don, is an antenna. So both of them are on stage.
A studio in the street.
Yes, Kurt was actually here just a few moments ago, obviously assessing the situation going up here on TV Hill.
Even amid emergency crews,
Straight down, Angela!
the show must go on, and it did, with a skilled crew and a microwave van, just like the live shots you see every day.
We did set up a remote situation down here at the bottom of the hill underneath of this tower, and we made the best of it.
Michael, I need 2 editors, one for 13 and one for 10. Do you have those people ready to edit? I have Suzanne and Dennis who need to get edited.
With limited resources today, everybody has to work fast. It's my time to edit right now, so what I'm doing is getting into van 10. It's the same van that broadcast our noon show today, to make sure that the report that you're seeing right now gets on the air.
We are trying to be a mobile assignment desk. We have been moved about 5 times this morning. We're operating with Nextel telephones, which operate like a cell phone, and portable radios, 3 of them which have died.
That's like nothing we've ever experienced before. We've never had to do a show outside of the building. We're trying to coordinate crews. We're trying to come up with story ideas. We're trying to line everything up and put a show on the air with maybe no commercials. You know, we have a lot of time to fill, and as well as inform everybody about what's going on.
Krista Delkamp, WJZ Eyewitness News.
A lot of talented and dedicated people moved into action very quickly to get us on the air, and we're thankful they did.
And we've been here all day thanks to Channel 45, again, who have loaned us their facilities. Of course, the other very, very big story today, and it affects everyone all up and down the East Coast, is Hurricane Floyd, which is expected to hit land on the North Carolina-South Carolina border. That's what we're expecting. Bob Turk is in the studio at Channel 45. Thank you again, 45. And he has the latest on where Floyd is right now. Bob.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Lori Pinson here at Channel 45 for getting some nice graphics for me. Here is the hurricane eye. You can see it right now, but watch it wobble to the northeast. Definitely has made a turn to the northeast. As you can see, here's South Carolina, here's North Carolina. Cape Hatteras right here. It's right now about 90 miles south of Cape Fear, North Carolina. It continues to move to the northeast. It's picked up speed about 18 miles an hour. Now that's good, because the faster it moves through, the faster it gets out of here. It's still got a lot of rain with it, up to a foot of rain over eastern North Carolina. That rain shield continues to spread northward. So we're going to see heavy rain overnight. And as the storm parallels the coast, it might come inland. Now, if it continues that northeast track, it may just stay out to sea and get out of here fast. Now, that would be great for the Maryland area. We're hoping that happens overnight. Probably by tomorrow morning, you're going to know if it's really, really raining really hard tomorrow morning, you'll know this storm is headed a little further north. There's a lot of rain here, but most of the heavier rain looks like it'll be in Virginia, southeastern sections of Maryland, and then out over the ocean. We're looking for maybe another 3 inches of rain here in Baltimore. Come back with another look at this forecast for you in about 10 minutes, okay?
And as we have mentioned, this is going to create a number of problems for people tomorrow. Already, there are a number of school closures we're going to get to in just a moment, but if you're flying tomorrow, call ahead, because many of the flights have already been canceled, particularly those that are flying south. If you're riding a MARC train, same schedules as today, but also check ahead. And public transportation, please expect some delays. Now, to the school closings, our phone lines have been deluged with people calling, asking if school's going to be open tomorrow. We have a complete list here, so listen up very carefully. Anne Arundel County, Baltimore City, Calvert County, Carroll County, Caroline County, and Cecil County schools all are closed tomorrow.
Del Mar School District, Charles County School District, Harford County, Kent County, Montgomery County, Prince George's County, Queen Anne's County, Somerset County, Talbot County, Wacomico, and Worcester County, all of those schools closed.
And of course, colleges and universities also will be affected. Anne Arundel Community College is closed tomorrow, as is Bowie State University, Harford Community College, and Chesapeake College, all closed for tomorrow.
And there'll be no government in Kent County, and private schools, Cornerstone Christian Academy and Daycare, St. Elizabeth School on Argonne Drive, closed tomorrow.
Baltimore County and Howard County have not called us. So far as we know right now, they are open. If there is a change in that, we certainly will get that information
we'll have it,
to you.
Yeah, first thing in the morning. The governor has declared a state of emergency because of what Floyd might do in the state. Again, Bob at this point is saying 3 to 5 inches in the Baltimore area, but to be safe, these school districts are closed.
And of course, if you're going to be at home tomorrow, in the event things change, in the event it gets bad, we do have some advice for you in the event that there are some problems. Tips to prepare for Hurricane Floyd, right?
That's right. But That's right. We have some tips here. It's a lot of stuff is common sense. They say, you know, secure loose items like on the deck, that sort of thing. Park your car in the garage if you can. Don't leave it on the street. Cover exposed windows that may be damaged. Turn your refrigerator and freezer very high so that if you lose power, which is possible, the food will stay safe inside or good inside longer.
Okay. And already we've had our crews out checking to make sure that things are in readiness for tomorrow. Kathy Fowler has been checking with emergency officials. Kathy, what have you found out this evening?
Well, Vic and Denise, the Maryland Emergency Management Agency has kicked into high gear. A command post has been set up to monitor Hurricane Floyd all night long. The National Guard has stockpiling emergency equipment in the areas where the storm may hit the hardest in Maryland. The state police has called in extra troopers, and you at home are preparing. Here's how. Annapolis' city dock cleared quickly as word spread that Hurricane Floyd was heading this way, and it happened so
quick. The last pilot boat just left, I guess, to go to higher ground, as they say. Quick, within the last few hours, and there's not much left down here right now.
Tonight, there was only one boat left in Ego Alley. Oh, no. Water levels already a little higher in the Annapolis harbor, and in the parking lot stand still water. But if we get what's predicted tomorrow, this will all be underwater.
Oh, it can get 3 feet, 4 feet tomorrow, maybe at least that, I guess, depending upon the storm. And
our press release is encouraging people to stay off the roads, absolutely.
The governor declared a state of emergency for the state of Maryland. That means officials at the Maryland Emergency Management Agency will be at this command post in Pikesville all night long, making sure everyone is prepared for Hurricane Floyd. This room may have a skeleton staff overnight, but by tomorrow morning, this room will be packed with officials from the Red Cross, National Guard, State Police, State Highway Administration, and all other state agencies ready to answer emergency phone calls.
When you have a storm like Hurricane Floyd, it has very high winds associated with it. The danger from that, obviously, is that it can snap tree limbs.
The other major concern is flooding. Officials here hope we'll escape the brunt of Floyd as Florida did, but they're not counting on it. And another thing we want to mention to all of you at home, if you do experience any problems tomorrow due to the storm, they're asking that you call your local authorities, not the state emergency management agency. They're expecting enough phone calls the way it is. And Vic and Denise, the last time the governor declared a state of emergency was in September of 1996. That was Hurricane Fran. And we here in Maryland did experience quite a bit of flooding back then. So
I remember it
hopefully
well.
That won't be the case this time.
We certainly hope so.
We'll
Thank
know
you,
a little
Kathy.
more in the morning. Thank you very much, Kathy.
Martin O'Malley.
Yes.
Is man of the hour today, is he not?
Yes, another big story today, of course, was the mayoral election. We're going to have more on Martin O'Malley's big win coming up after this break. Stay with us. Well, welcome back. If you're just joining us, Vic and I are standing in a garage for the 11 o'clock news tonight because we had an accident in the tower high above Television Hill, and we've been here all day broadcasting under these extreme circumstances, but we do have the news of the night for you.
And we appreciate all the help from our neighbors, Channel 45, and allowing us to use their garage so that we can get our show on the air. Has some very bad news to report to you, though, this evening. Another terrible situation involving young people and shooting and death. This happened in Fort Worth, Texas. A man dressed in black walked into a teenage church service tonight, pulled a gun and just began shooting. As we learn right now, there are 7 people in the church who are dead, including the gunman. This happened at the Wedgwood Baptist Church around 7 p.m. In Fort Worth. It's about an hour's difference in terms of time here. 150 young people were inside the church service. A number of ambulances responded. When they arrived there, they found a number of young people shot, and of course 7 people dead, including the gunman. A story we will continue to follow and have more for you on Eyewitness News tomorrow.
Right, of course, this time last night on Eyewitness News at 11, we were telling you about the victory of Martin O'Malley in the Democratic primary for mayor of Baltimore. And today he got up bright and early, even after being up late celebrating, and went about thanking the voters. And Pat Warren has that story.
We're going to catch the bus to City Hall. Martin O'Malley danced a little victory dance at Druid Hill and North Avenue today, thanking voters for their support, something he told me yesterday he was going to do, win, lose, or draw. As the whole city knows tonight, he won big, 53% of the vote.
I was surprised by the margin, but not by the outcome. Yeah, people are good. Yeah.
Hey, and people are smart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He also knows people expect him to deliver.
Thanks for your help. Thank you.
Working together work.
Yeah, they want change and they want some relief from the crime, and you know, and we all want that, you know. So, and we're going to do it. The city's going to start breathing and living again.
For the night team, Pat Warren, WJZ Eyewitness News.
And of course, the Republican win last night was David Tufaro, so the two of them will face off in November, and then we'll know who the next mayor of Baltimore will officially be.
Okay, the other call that we've gotten a lot of calls about tonight, lottery numbers.
Here we go.
We've blown our budget and put together this graphic showing you what the pick 3 numbers are for tonight. Pick 3 is 920, pick 4 is 1520. Cash in hand, the number is 02, 11, 13, 21, 22, 26, and 30. Bob Turk's coming back with weather in just a minute.
Yeah, we don't have lotto numbers yet, but we'll give them to you as soon as we got them.
Okay.
I know the dew point's high, Bob. It has to be.
It's way up there, Denise, up to about almost what the temperature is. Temperature, 66, dew point, 65. Let's take a look at that hurricane. You can see it moving up the coast, but making a very nice turn out to the north and northeast. Over the last 5 or 6 hours, a definite shift and a turn to the northeast. If it continues on this track, it's going to continue out over the ocean, and in doing that, it'll continue away from our region. Now, because it's a forecast, we're going to come back and try to take another look at this as soon as we get back, okay? Are we still here? I guess we're still here. Okay, take a look at the...
Hurricane Floyd, wind, rain problems. Bob.
Yes, Bob. Sorry we interrupted you. Take it away, Bob.
Yeah, I was getting so involved in this. Take a look at the rain shield. Heavy rains in the Carolinas, up to a foot already, some areas down there. We've had about 3/4 of an inch here. It's going to get heavier, but the good news is I think this eye is going to stay offshore and continue to move to the north-northeast, even the northeast. So this heavy rain shield down here in Virginia will pass across extreme southern Virginia, extreme southern eastern shore of Maryland. And that's where the worst of this storm is going to be felt. Extreme lower eastern shore. Tornado washout till tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We'll get some heavy winds and rain here for sure, but I think the strongest of this storm will definitely stay south and east of Baltimore, particularly over the Delaware, Delmarva Peninsula, and southeast Virginia. To our west, hardly any rain at all. A sharp cutoff, as you can see. Garrett County, nothing at all. We're going to be on the northern fringe of the very moderate to heavy rain. So we'll get heavy rains overnight and during the day tomorrow. The times between the worst winds activity expected by 2 o'clock or so tomorrow afternoon until about midnight tomorrow night. So about 8 or 12 hours where things are getting a little bit dicey. Take a look at a 5-day forecast I got here for you. Thank you, Bruce and Scooter. Okay, for tomorrow, we've got winds, we've got shower activity, heavy winds, maybe up to 40, 50-mile-an-hour winds, 70 down to 56 tomorrow night, partly sunny Friday, a beautiful weekend, 76, 52 on Saturday, 78 on Sunday, 80 on Monday. So things are going to get much better by Friday afternoon, I promise you. Denise and Vic?
Boy, we're getting delirious from the smell of all these magic markers out here.
Here's your
numbers. 12, 17, 22, 28, 41, and 42. Why are we doing things this way? As we've been saying, you know, we had the tower problem. But, you know, today Eric Scott caught many of us trying to do our best while we were at our worst.
Yes.
All day, really
I have a feeling that this will be the best newscast we've ever done. Mark my words.
Put 51 on here. Is it 50? We're in the Choptank River today.
I can't believe we don't even have a typer.
Any anchors, listen to Mike's update on what Hector said. I just want to go ahead and repeat what he said.
He said 20 to 24 bolts were sheared off on the tower.
Oh, that I don't know anything about.
Well, that's what I'm telling y'all.
We're not going to have time to recue, so I guess what's the best, easiest way to recue? You think after they roll, I'll just take them out of the machine and run to another van and recue it real quick and bring it back and label it for the 6?
Mike, would you ask her to give me a chance to think? The antenna that's up there is going to stay up there.
Hey, Mike, that antenna itself is safe?
Joe, don't step in front of the way. Oh, Sally, back up when you can.
It's going to have to be stick mics.
2 minutes.
There's going to be a guest in the early part of the 5. Please go to that hallway.
I think we're just hard at it, Sally.
So we come out the back there?
I can stand almost shoulder to shoulder tonight.
Everybody, you will be in the hallway. You will come in from the back so you don't knock into the lights.
Okay. Come through.
30 seconds out.
15,
6, 5, 4, 3.
The blade rocks and rolls tonight at 5.
Good evening, everybody. We're about to show you some pictures taken earlier today from Sky Eye Chopper 13 of a tower that you passed.
There you have it.
No wonder I have a headache.
Hey, John is here.
Hi. How are we all doing tonight?
We're wonderful. How are you?
We're making big city TV tonight? Yeah. All right.
It's the steam bath.
Yeah, I'm going to make a darn fool out of myself when we come back. You want to stick around for that, won't you? Yeah, buddy. See ya.
Whoa!
Whoa! What happened? Hey, Heavy, you want to take it?
Just a little cloudburst.
That stuff's borrowed. Let's not break it up now,
That's right.
okay? Channel 45 was nice enough to have us down here, and wasn't it? I mean, that's unbelievable.
It is.
That's something about. Picture this happening in New York.
That's right.
Right?
And
Fox
You'll be in
5.
Central Park somewhere.
Fox 5 saying to WCBS, sure, come on down, do your show here.
Not going to happen.
Now listen, we talked about school closings earlier, but on most
Baseball
important,
closing.
yes, no baseball.
Lots of calls about that.
No baseball. Orioles. Whoa, are you happy to see it? What is it?
Closer together.
Okay, well, we don't have to do that now because I'm going to do this, okay? All right. Orioles not playing baseball tonight because of the rain, nor will they play baseball tomorrow because of the rain. The American League office is going to decide when those two games will be made up. The A's in the midst of a wild card race in the American League. Those games could be crucial to them, so it's either going to be next Thursday they could play a doubleheader, or perhaps they would come back at the end of the season if those games turned out to be important to Oakland's wild card position. Feature attraction of the American League tonight, Red Sox and Clevelanders doing it at Cleveland. Pedro Martinez with the start for Boston, went 7 full, allowed 3 runs, struck out 14. However, Pedro will not figure in the decision. Home half of the 8th inning in Cleveland, Red Sox up by a run. Tyler Houston hacks left field. That'll get off the wall, scored 2 runs, gave the Indians a 4-3 lead. However, the Red Sox have come back, and that game right now is tied 4-4 in the 10th inning in Cleveland. Yankees back from 4 down to beat the Toronto Blue Jays tonight 6-4. Meanwhile, in the National League, Mets 10-5 over Colorado. Sosa did not hit one out as Cincinnati beat the Cubs 5-4 at Synergy Field in Cincinnati. Now, look, we want to thank you for watching tonight's show. That's okay, Bruce, go. We want to thank you for watching this evening's show and remind you that if you enjoy this sort of programming, to join us next week because it'll be Pledge Week here on Channel 13. Help this television station find a home. Rhea Fiken will be here taking your pledges. So join us for that. Good night. God bless everybody.
Okay.
Well, you said you'd make a fool out of yourself.
Yeah, way to sell it.
Believe it or not, we're not done.
We'll be right back.
All right, that's it for tonight. We want to thank once again Channel 45 for allowing us to use their facility today. Wonderful neighbors, thank you.
Yes, David Letterman in progress.
Night.